Turkey is a member of the G20 countries, it is also one of the fastest growing economies in OECD. Turkey has a share of 1.05% of world GDP, which makes it the 17th biggest economy. In terms of purchasing power parity, Turkey ranks 13th globally. Turkey is aware of the role and importance of science, industry, and technology for its economic and social growth, and has made a lot of effort in recent years to strengthen university and industry cooperation. The national strategy for science, technology, and innovation between 2011 and 2016, and the national strategy for industry and technology 2023 concerning the field of national technology movement have been approved by the Minister of Industry and Technology, and in both of these national strategies, the field of university-industry cooperation has a privileged and prominent place. During these 20 last years, Turkey has made great efforts to develop necessary infrastructure for the realization of national technological movement. Among the infrastructures needed for the development of industry, technology, and science, Turkey has 207 universities, 1,200 research and development centers, more than 350 design centers, 84 technological development zones, and many technology transfer offices in these zones and also in the universities. Additionally, 265,000 staff and researchers work in the research and development centers. During this period, Turkey has invested 177 billion Turkish liras in the field of research and development, of which 48% of them belongs to the private sector, and 42% to universities, and 10% to public institutions. And you see, on the right side, you see a figure. This figure represents the sectoral distribution of TÜBİTAK grants. TÜBİTAK is the scientific and technological research center of Turkey, and which are among government research and development grants in Turkey. As seen from this picture, you see the major support is used by information and communication, and automotive machinery and manufacturing, defense, health, food, agricultural, farming, and energy technology sectors, and some other things between 1995 and 2018. University and industry cooperation in Turkey is important because it provides competitive advantages and grant supports from government and also private sector, and investment for innovation have been increasing every year in our country. Particularly after 2006, the research and development funds expenditures and the gross domestic product show a parallel increase, as you see in this figure. The blue line shows research and development, while the red line represents gross domestic product. It can be said that Turkey puts very big emphasis on innovation supporting research and development over the past 14 years. It is seen that private sector expenditure on research and development has increased, you see the blue line, more than that of the higher education sector during the last 6 years. The main accelerated structures of university-industry cooperation in Turkey for innovation and research and development are in order: technology development zones, technology transfer offices, research and development centers, and development centers, TÜBİTAK, pre-incubation and incubation centers in zones or separately established in the universities. And COSGAP is the development and support of small and medium-sized enterprises administration under the umbrella of Ministry of Industry and Technology. In August 2019, within the technological development zones, more than 33,000 research and development projects have been completed in our country. There are more than 9,000 projects in progress. There are more than 5,000 enterprises and more than 300 of which are foreign enterprises. Many Asian and foreign companies have participated in research and development activities in cooperation with universities. The long list of companies include foreign enterprises such as Mercedes-Benz, Ford, Huawei, Sakur, and Bosch, and something like that. Ericsson's Research and Development Center, there is also established, and General Electronics, and Siemens, and some other big companies. And AVL have been established as the innovation hub of their global networks as part of TÜBİTAK's Research and Development Laboratory Support Program also. In these centers, the most of Turkish and foreign researchers hold doctorates, conduct advanced research within their companies under related programs given in these links. If you like to investigate, you can go there and then see the other supporting programs. Several doctoral and research programs in various fields of industry have been developed in Turkey to increase cooperation between universities and industry. Among these programs, we can mention the Industrial PhD program in cooperation with TÜBİTAK and also COSGAP. Programs entitled SIAM, Center of Excellence, Program of International Researchers, Platform for Public University Industry Cooperation were launched in recent years. Among these TÜBİTAK programs, we can mention three major programs that are intended to improve the competence of public research in universities. TÜBİTAK, there are many different programs, but the related programs, the major related programs here, 2001, 1005, and 1003, for beginning researchers and support for national new ideas and products and development and innovation projects in the priority areas. As part of the TÜBİTAK 2244 program for industrial PhD support project from 33 different universities collaborating with 77 different companies were supported with this program. Through this program, 517 PhD students will be trained in 120 different projects related to the needs of Turkish industry. In order to effectively achieve UIC, it is essential to measure and plan university skill and to raise industry awareness of these skills. In 2016, TÜBİTAK developed a map by assessing the proficiency levels and proficiency levels of universities also in 42 areas of intervention, which the 9 priority areas include ICT, aerospace, automotive industry, defense, health, energy, machinery technologies, and food. As the OECD 2014 report points out, many countries are diversifying their commercialization policies and promoting two-way flows between industry and science through public-private partnership, joint research innovative centers, outward and inward licensing of intellectual property by universities and public research institutions, and incentive for the mobility of entrepreneurial academics. Turkey's TÜBİTAK launched the also 1513 TTO support program to provide funding for the TTO's training capacity, building for university industry cooperation, and project management support, academic entrepreneurship activities, and something like that. Turkey considers that of Africa-Eurasia ecosystem approach centered on the business sector and entrepreneurs is essential to the proper functioning of the innovation system. A policy approach based on the concept of ecosystem has been in place since 2011. Turkey attaches great importance to the internationalization of foreign students and researchers. As highlighted in the OECD 2014 and 2018 report on science, technology, and innovation policies in various countries, the internationalization of higher education has also played a role in the global competition for talent. International students contribute significantly to the cultural mix, and the creation of international knowledge networks. Indeed, the research system of major research and development players depends on international students. And therefore, we have many number of international academic staff working in Turkey in different universities, as you see in this table. According to the UNESCO and OECD data, 6 million higher education students in the world study in a country other than their home country. More than half of these students are from Asia, 20% from Europe, 10% from Africa, and 10% from foreign students come from North America and Latin America also. However, in recent years, we are seeing a big rise in the number of African students who prefer to study in Turkey. According to these figures from the Council of Higher Education, Turkey currently hosts more than 150,000 foreign students from 182 different countries and 3,220 foreign academics working in Turkey universities and also research centers. And over the last 3 years, we have seen a sharp increase in the number of students from North Africa, and Sub-Saharan Africa who prefer to study at graduate level in Turkish university, as you see the number in these tables. And according to the study entitled The International Mobility of African Students in 2017 of the French National Agency for the Promotion of Higher Education Abroad, Europe remains the priority, 49% for African students. France is losing ground for intracontinental mobility, 21%, particularly to South Africa, Ghana, Tunisia, or Morocco. The Middle East, particularly Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, has recently increased its attractiveness by developing a specific offer of Islamic scholarships. Turkey, Ukraine, and India also make a strong breakthrough on sub-Saharan countries. China is also growing significantly. We must note Turkey's progress from 34 to 70 means that 9 times more African students than in 2009. And also to a major scholarships program, Ankara continues to develop its network of cultural institutes. And you see home country of sub-Saharan African students showing higher ground. As you see, their change between the 2010 to 2015. And Turkey is the fourth order. And since 2015, under the Action Plan for Africa, the presidency of the Higher Education Council, YÖK, has signed a memorandum of understanding with several African countries. The students can study in Turkey between the scholarships by their government and also by Turkish government, depends on the signing. The purpose of these agreements is to support the sustainable development of the African continent and to meet the real needs of the African industrial community. Depending on this program, more than 17,000 African students are studying at Turkish universities. I have, you said 1 minute, but I need more, maybe 3 minutes. I can use? One more? Okay. Okay, I will give some important points to you. TÜBİTAK cooperates with the research centers of the African continent to become the Africa Eurasia production base in medium and high technology products and the ecosystem of human resources and the transfer of knowledge according to the agreement with the Industrial Nations Strategy document. Among these cooperation, we can mention the cooperation with Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research of Tunisia and the National Scientific and Technological Research Center of Morocco for projects with high added value to the economies of the countries concerned. And also TÜBİTAK established the National Meteorology Institute in Sudan under this concept. In this field of social science project with the financial support of TİKA, TRT, Turkish TRT, and the Turkish History Society and cooperation with the research centers of African universities. And the Center for Research on Mediterranean and African Civilization of Ankara Hacı Bayram Veli University is leading projects on documentaries of African civilizations. And you see the number of Middle Eastern universities, students in the Turkish universities here. And foreign students and researchers benefit from Turkish government scholarships program that encourage them to study or to research in Turkey. And among these scholarships, there are many programs offered by TÜBİTAK, such as for International Mobility Researchers Program and the International Industrial Research and Development Project Grant Program, International Industrial Research and Development Project for Eureka, Aeronet, Horizon 2020, and other similar programs. In conclusion, we can say that in agreement with the OECD 2018 report, which stresses that the contribution to innovation of research conducted by higher education institutions and public research institutions are well organized, as the need for public support for such research. Turkey, aware of the importance of university-industry cooperation, is making every effort in accordance with the Industrial Nations Strategy document to become the Africa Eurasia production base in medium and high technology products and the ecosystem of human resources and intercontinental knowledge transfer. So I think the time is finished, and thank you for your attention.